Session 7 In vitro fertilization, details about in vitro fertilization. This also comes under the assisted reproductive technology. The first thing what the doctor has to do is artificial insemination, which is not a new technique because it was done past 1866, and where the husband normal sperm or husband sperm enhanced for the fertility, or with the donor sperm, the technology that insemination may be done. So, the insertion of the sperm through the cervix into the woman's uterus near the time of ovulation, and sperms are expected to swim up the fallopian tube to meet the woman egg after ovulation. Next, in vitro fertilization. It is also successful in the year 1978, where the first step is the egg and the sperm combined outside the body. So, it is called as in vitro fertilization. So, after the fertilization, the first few cell division, that is 2 cell stage, 4 cell, 8 and 16 cell stage, and during the blastocyst stage, the zygote is returned into the human women's body. So that results in the pregnancy, which may be about 15 to 25% of the time, depending upon the laboratory procedure. The first 2 weeks, the menstrual cycle, mere urine estrogen daily at the midpoint of the cycle, measure the urine LH, that is luteinizing hormone level, every 3 hours, looking for the beginning of 7 rise in LH levels. So, ovulation should be done, should occur at 22 hours after the beginning of the rise of LH, and 1 to 4 hours before ovulation is anticipated. The ovum is collected and intact follicle just before the rupture. Then the transfer of follicle to the culture dish. Next, the male collects the sperm in the semen and they are transferred into the culture dish, where he has to sit for 2 to 3 hours for capacitation to occur, and it should combine with the ovum and sperm, and he has to wait for 2 to 3 hours for fertilization to occur. And then first cell division should occur in 12 hours, transfer zygote to the dish with the more nutritious culture media. After 50 hours of post fertilization, zygote should have been reached the 8 cell stage, and then transfer the women uterus, and she has given HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotrophic hormones, to maintain the luteal function, and progesterone to maintain the uterine lining of the secretory phase. Then the implantation should soon occur after the women continues to get the HCG. Next, the women needs functioning uterus and usually ovary, but not the fallopian tube. Through the process of gamete gift and gift, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer, the egg and the sperms are transferred into the fallopian tube. Fertilization takes place in fallopian tube. It requires healthy fallopian tube, at least partially, as well as uterus and ovary. And GIFT, that is zygote intrafallopian transfer, where the egg and the sperms are combined outside the body to confirm the fertilization has taken place. And zygote is inserted into the fallopian tube, and it requires at least one healthy fallopian tube or the ovary and the uterus. Next is ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. It is used to make a low number of normal viable sperm and requires only one healthy sperm, and sperm does not have to swim or survive in the female genital reproductive tract or penetrate zona pellucida. Sperm is injected into the egg cytoplasm through zona pellucida. So assisted hatching creates the hole in zona pellucida around the fertilized egg, and it leads to the increased chance of implantation. The success rate as per as 1999, based on 71,826 ERT, age between 30 to 39, natural unassisted fertilization is about 25%, that is earliest 20, no fertility problem. Next, ART overall 27%. live birth per egg retrieved, IVF 27.7%, GIFT 29.8%, GIFT 28%, ICSI 29%, then blastocyst transfer 25 to 40%, success rate using donor egg in any of this depends upon the age of the donor. If the donor is less than 30 to 35 and above 30%. So another important thing I have not mentioned is why the infertility rate is in case of male. The sperm parameter and fertile result, the count should be more than 20 million. Sperm count should be more than 20 million per ml, and the motility should be greater than 50% for the good forward progress, and the morphology should be 30% normal, and in all these cases the artificial insemination by the husband or the donor can be done, and the donor insemination is more successful than partner insemination, does not carry an increased risk of spontaneous abortion or congenital anomalies. So, and as an advantages over adoption in that the child is genetically related to the mother, and the couple can experience conception, pregnancy and delivery. So the test tube baby was Louise Brown, which was born in Britain in the year 1978, and more than a million children have been born through ART. So what they have done in ART, that is intracytoplasmic sperm injections. As I already mentioned about the ICSI, the congestion with the IVF technology has given hope for the men with the severe infertility problem, and even immature spermatids, that is sperm precursor cells, can be harvested and used to fertilize the egg. So this is the slide showing the IVF technology. So first step is to prepare the egg for fertilization. Then the drug are given to induce ovulation. Then harvest egg and in vitro fertilization. IVF treatment cycle. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಟೆಂಡರ್. The IVF treatment, as I told you in the beginning, the LH level, the FSH level should be maintained, should be checked for the women who go for IVF treatment. Then peri-implantation genetic disorder. So with the help of modern infertility treatment, particularly in vitro fertilization, couples are realizing the dreams of becoming parents. The in vitro fertilization is a great technology to help the couple to conceive. The steps that are involved in the in vitro fertilization. So this is the thing what you have to write it in the examination. What are the steps that are involved in the in vitro fertilization? First step is medication. The second step is to harvest the egg. The third step is fertilization, and the fourth step is embryo culture. Fifth is embryo transfer. So these are the steps that are involved in the IVF. So what is meant by medications? The woman is given injection hormones to stimulate the healthy egg, the development. The IVF helps her to produce more egg than she would in the normal month. In a typical ovulatory month, she ovulates one egg. With IVF, she has a goal of making 10 to 15 eggs. The step two is to harvest the egg. Eggs are then collected from the ovaries via the minor surgery, during which the woman is sedated and the eggs are retrieved transvaginally. So, with the use of small needle and to pass a needle over a transvaginal ultrasound to remove fluid from the follicles, on the same day sperm is collected from the male partner. And the next step is fertilization. The eggs and the sperms are combined in the laboratory through varying technologies of fertilization, such as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So this figure shows the egg retrieval technique, how the eggs are removed. Next is intracytoplasmic sperm injection, how the eggs are fused with the sperm by injecting the sperm into the egg through the needle. The next is how the fertilized zygote divides repeatedly to form blastocyst. Then the step 4 is embryo culture. So here the embryologist will absorb the embryo as they divide 2 cells to 4 cells and then 8 cells, and they have a growth sometimes up to 5 days out of the blastocyst stage, where they have under 225 cells. And the step 5 is the embryo transfer. So during embryo transfer, a woman uterus is watched by the ultrasound, and small catheter is placed into the uterine cavity through the cervix, and the embryo are then placed in the uterus. Later on, 10 days later, the woman returns to the clinic for the blood test to determine whether she is pregnant. So through this technology, the Dolly, the first ship, was born. Next is through this technique, the Louise Brown was born through this IVF technique. So research in the cell and tissue differentiation using cultured embryonic stem cells from the humans and other species may enable the control of differentiation and de-differentiation in somatic cells, and this could allow the production of tissues with the enhanced stem cells component that may be used as a universal donor for the transplantation.